Hello, friends, and welcome back to my channel. Or welcome if you're new here. My name is Brandy, and I'm the owner of Boundless Treasures Boutique. And on this channel, we do cup videos and anything to do with crafting and resin. Today, we're going to make this spring-inspired snow globe tumbler. I've listed all the materials that I've used. They'll also be listed in the description below, so be sure to check those out. With that, I hope you all enjoy. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps my channel more than you know. And thank you to all my mentorship members and my subscribers. You guys, your support means so very much to me. But let's go ahead and jump right in. So here are the materials we're going to be using today. I'm using a 16-ounce glitter globe glass can from Hog. We're going to be using Magic Flow, the original version from Two Moms Craft Shack, a UVdtf that I found on Amazon, a bubble sucker that I found. I can't remember the name of the company, but I'll be sure to list it. And of course, our PDB glitters. I'm going to be using Amare, Hypnotic, Monarch, and Gumdrop. I did not measure these out. I just poured them in and mixed until I thought the colors matched the UVdtf. And we just stirred that together until we were happy with what we have. Don't forget, friends, I do have a discount link for PDB. So if you want to snag any of these glitters and save yourself some money, make sure to use that link in the description below. Now, to start, we are going to put in our Magic Flow. Again, this is the original formula from Two Moms Craft Shack. You can mix your own. Some people like to use distilled water and glycerin. Some people use distilled water and the liquid magic Elmer's glue. Any of those will work, so use the solution of your choice. I know Cami Page Boutique has some um, uh, snow globe formula, and so does, oh gosh, it's skipping my mind right now. Um, the apothecary also has what they call levitation solution. I haven't used any of those, so I can't speak to how well they work, but other crafters seem to enjoy them. I fill this up probably not halfway, but a quarter of the way up first. And then after I have gotten the level that I want, then I add my glitter. Now, as you can see, I used a makeup brush. It helps scoop in all the glitter pieces and reduce the mess a little bit. So another way you can do that is if you put blue painter's tape around your cup and then pour your glitter in there. I have just found that this is easier for me and I don't lose glitter that I don't have to the painter's tape. Once I have that in, we're going to add in the remainder of the Magic Flow from Two Moms Craft Shack, and I'm going to shake periodically as I go. This is going to help make sure that it's releasing air bubbles and that my glitter has got a good, nice flow to it. The funnel that I'm using, I found on Amazon. I feel like it took me forever to find one that would work. So I'll be sure to list that for you guys too, as it's really, really helpful in making sure that you get your solution in. I find it easier than using the condiment bottles, but you can use that as well if that works better for you. Really just use what works. So here's my nifty little tool. It is a syringe with this like fish hook needle up at the top. Now, a tip that I would tell you is make sure that when you're sucking the air bubble out, that you actually have a bit of overflow, meaning the solution that you are using is like up on top outside of the cup. This way it goes in and replaces it. So you can see that here, how it kind of overflowed. But as I suck that air out, that liquid that I just poured is going to fill that space. So that is what is going to help you reduce those air bubbles. And let me tell you guys, it does take a little finagling, but this works so incredibly well. I am so glad that I happened to run across this bubble sucker. It is from shopcraftychicas.com. So again, I'll make sure that I link that below. But this is literally the most amazing little contraption if you are into making snow globes, which I'll tell you, I have been as of recently. They're so fun and they're so easy to make. But you're just going to continue this on until you've gotten all the bubbles out. I did let this sit and gas off overnight and came back the next morning to get any little remainder bubbles out. And it worked out perfectly. But with that, I'm going to let you guys know, make sure that you guys have the right little plugs. I don't know, the one that came in this one for whatever reason didn't fit right, and it didn't fit flush. So I used one that was an extra one from another snow globe tumbler I had made, and it worked out nicely. From there, you can seal it with UV resin, glitter on the bottom. I did not film that part, so if you'd like to see that in the future, just drop me comments and let me know, and I'll be happy to do that. Now, UVdtf. I wiped this down really good with my tack cloth. You can use a coffee filter, a lint roller, but you want to make sure that any residue from the Magic Flow or whatever solution you're using has been removed. Now, this next part, I had seen this hack on, I think it was a TikTok. I can't remember whose. I don't think I will use this again just because my wrap was off slightly. Not enough where you could tell, but enough where I could tell. And the purpose was to help it get on even and straight. Again, it could have been user error. I don't know. But I think I'll stick to my normal hinge method instead of unwrapping half of it. Now, once you have the UVdtf on, remember this is not like vinyl. Once it's on, it's on. You cannot remove it and replace it. The other option is you have to scrape it off, which you can see in my first snow globe video if that is something that you have run into and want to see how I overcame that. From there, you're going to want to use your squeegee. Make sure that you varnish that really, really good into the cup, and then slowly remove that carrier transfer tape off of the cup. And voila, you are done with the cup portion. Now, on to the lid. This was the funnest part for me. And please excuse me, I am super out of frame for a lot of this, but I wanted to capture as much of it as I could. The lid holder I am using is from Kelbells. I'll be sure to link her website below. Super, super handy and helpful. But I'm base painting my lid with the pink ballerina chalk paint, and then we're going to go in with the Bling dispensaries 5mm or SS20s in bubblegum, and we're going to use our E6000 and our jewel picker, and we are going to start placing these rhinestones. Now, I started with where the straw portion goes. Hindsight, I wish that I had started or worked around the outer rim first and then worked my way to the middle. I think that would have made fitting these stones in differently. My attempt was to do honeycomb on this. I would recommend, if you want to do honeycomb on the lid with the off-centered straw, Definitely go with a smaller size, and then just make sure that you have filler stones. Um, that will definitely help improve the overall end result. But this worked just fine. I just had to finagle the stones a little bit differently as I went around. But again, I started with the inner circle portion, and then I went and did the outer part while that dried. That way, that could be my anchor row. And then from there, I tried to like put the next row of stones in between the first row of stones. I hope that makes sense. I wish I could tell you could see it in these frames, but I did not do such a great job. And here I was while I was filming, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm doing it. I'm keeping it in frame. And that was not the case. So please excuse me. I will be sure to double check this differently in future tutorials. But you're just going to want to keep going around until you have filled the entire top portion of your lid. And then you can move on to the next portion, which is that outer rim. And that is easy peasy to do. Um, Keep in mind, I did speed this up pretty significantly. It probably took me a good hour to complete the lid entirely. But once I had it all done, I was super, super happy with the end result of it. Anywho, uh, I will let this play through, but once you finish your lid, you are good to go. Here's me trying to show you guys the honeycomb method. Again, it's, oh gosh, the frame is so bad. I am so sorry, but I think you guys get the general idea. You just place those in between the sections of the other one. The outer rim, I just filmed the last portion of this. Rhinestoning is pretty redundant, friends. So don't overthink it. Just have fun with it. And you're going to place your stones just around that edge so that you're filling that in. And then once you place it, just make sure that it's even, that it's not hanging too low off the bottom, because that will prevent the lid from going on. And then you also don't want it uneven with the top. But aside from that, guys, this is super easy peasy. This is a quick, like, you could literally do this cup in a day and have it in your storefront the next day. Once you're finished rhinestoning, please make sure that you follow the curing time frames, and then wash it with dishwasher, Dawn dish soap and water, and you'll be good to go. But this is it, guys. This is the end result. I hope you like this. I would love to know your thoughts. If you decide to recreate this or do something similar to this, please tag me. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. With that, guys, don't forget to follow me on all my social media. I would love you guys to join me in my free Facebook group, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye now.